I'm here today to share with you my experience with B Corp, and I will explain what it is and how we have tackled this at Danone. And let's start actually, and with a small quiz on what do you think define best the B Corp. Actually, what is B Corp? B Corp is a movement which is born in the US in 2006. And it was a movement of people that wanted to use their activities to improve the society. And so in all the definitions which are here, actually you could tick a lot of them except the D and the E. So believing that shareholders and investors are the biggest priority, and profit drives change in business and should take priority above everything else, are not the correct answer, because really this is a movement of people and companies that want to use their business as a force for good, to have a positive impact. This is a movement of companies that are mission driven. And so I have another question for you. Among those proposals, which issues can profit-making company address? So actually, B Corp is a movement, but B Corp became also a certification given by an NGO called B-Lab to companies that have a very high standards in terms of social and environmental performances, companies that are transparent, and companies that are responsible. So here, in all those issues, actually all companies can tackle them. And the certification will check and assess what you are doing for these specific issues, or if you are doing other, you have other positive impact on the society. So as mentioned, B Corp is more than a certification, it's a movement born in the US than a certification. And to get certified, actually, you have to check and answer to a B impact assessment, which is a kind of a big questionnaire where we will assess your impact on the different stakeholders. So regarding governance, B-Lab will check if you have a mission, first of all. So if you are a mission-driven company, if you are transparent, if you pay attention to ethics, how it's your organization composed and organized. Then the second pillar, they will check what you do for your staff internally, all what you offer to your staff beyond, of course, good salaries, hopefully. Then the third pillar is environment. So there they will assess how you tackle your impact on the environment, but they will look very broad. So not only what happens in your building or in your factory, in your office, but your impact when you are sourcing your products, when you are producing products, packaging, the transport, the relationships you have with your supplier, and even what happens at the end of life of your products. The fourth pillar is about community. So there they will check what you are doing for the local community around your company, around your factory, what you are doing for the citizens in your country, all about charities, about volunteering, all about inclusive diversity that you just mentioned before the conference. And the last pillar is all about your impact on the consumers. So there we will assess if you have a specific business model. Let's imagine you are a cooperative where all the staff is participating, or they will check if you have products that have a positive impact on the society, or you offer very specific services that have also an impact on the society. And then when you are going through this big questionnaire, I would say this assessment, you need to get 80 points out of 200. So you might be triggered by this because it is not half, it's not 50%. And it's because the philosophy of B Corp is that when you are certified, it's not the end. I always say to my colleagues, you don't win any golden medal. Actually, you are just qualified to participate to the game. And actually, when you are certified, everything is starting because you need to improve step by step. So the idea of this B impact assessment is really to assess where you are today. And they will assess what you have already put in place. So the practice you have in place, what you have already done. So it's not at all certification like the others, where you have to stick because you have done this, and if you have not done that, you are penalized. And of course, the more practices in place you have, which are positive, the more points you get. So that's the reason why to be a B Corp, you need 80 points, which is quite difficult to reach. But after that, you have to improve and get more points after the 1 year, after 2 years, etc. Because another very big important point is that when you are a B Corp, it's not forever. Actually, every 3 years, you need to get recertified. So you need to reassess all what you do in your company. So if I have to compare the B Corp certification versus other certification that we all know, we know the Fair Trade label, the MSC for sustainable seafood, FSC for products coming from forest managed sustainably. There are certification and label on the product, so at the level of the product. And here, when we are talking about B Corp, this is a certification at the level of the company. So it means this is something more holistic because they will take into account everything related to the companies. So the products, of course, but also the staff, the suppliers, the communities, the impact you have on the environment, the governance you have in place, etc. So they will really assess the impact you have on all your stakeholders. So to become a B Corp, there is basically 3 requirements. First one is to assess your impact via this famous questionnaire, which is called the B Impact Assessment, which is a questionnaire online, where you need to get at least 80 points. Then you need to be transparent. And when they are talking about transparency, it's going very far because it means that you have to disclose all what happens in your company within the 5 previous years. So have you had any litigation, any issues? Are you working in a sensitive business? So for instance, for Danone, we had to make a statement on the fact that we encourage breastfeeding because we are a company selling milk powder for babies. So it means it is a sensitive business for B-Lab. So we had to prove that, yes, we are acting in this business, but we encourage, of course, breastfeeding. And this is an alternative for mothers who are not, who don't want, who cannot give breast. And the third requirement is really to be responsible. And what they mean by that is that you will pursue your mission, because when you are a B Corp, it means that you are a mission-driven company. So not as other company, you have a mission and you want to pursue this mission. And so to do that and to prove that, you have the choice either to change the form of your company, and then you become a B corporation, which exists in the US. And this is also a reason why this B Corp movement and certification is born in the US. Because in the US, if you are a profit-making company, you have to make profits. That's it. And there are some people and companies that said, yeah, but I am yes, I make profits, but I also want to use my business and my activities to improve the society. And in the US, there were no form of company for that. So that's the reason also why they started this movement, to have a new form of company, which is called the B corporations. In Europe and in Belgium, for instance, we don't have such kind of company next to our SA, SPRL. But in Italy and recently in France, there is this kind of company which is called Entreprise à Mission. And by the way, Danone was the first listed company to be an Entreprise à Mission. So for the companies based in a country where this not exist, you can change your article of association. It means that you will add a paragraph in your article of association to mention that you will pursue your mission, whatever the change in your company, and that you agree that what is really important is to meet the needs of all your stakeholders and not only the shareholders. So in Belgium, basically, we are in this situation. There is no specific form of company. So here we have to change the article of association, and the legal wording for Belgium is not available, which was not the case 2 years ago, for instance. So you might say, why a company like Danone commit to become a B Corp? Because it's not so well known, especially in Europe. But actually, B Corp is really in line with our DNA, because you have to know that at Danone, sustainability is not new. It dates back from the 70s, when Antoine Riboud, the founder, claimed for a new way to do business, so a new type of management. And he had this famous sentence that the responsibility of a company doesn't stop at the gates of the factory. And it was really the start of a dual project, that there is no economic success without social progress. And from that time, so in 1972, we started with sustainable development, although this word didn't exist at that time. But it was really to integrate also a social aspect and environmental aspect in what we do. And this dual project has been translated into a mission, so to bring health through food to as many people as possible. And in 2015, this has been embedded in our vision, One Planet, One Health. And so what does it mean, One Planet, One Health? Is the fact that we have only one health, we have only one planet, and both are completely interconnected. Because if we want to offer healthy products, we need a planet in good health. And moreover, we notice that consumers, and especially millennials, want to know what is behind the brands on shelves, the products on shelves. They want to know where the ingredients are coming from, or how those products have been produced, but also what is the social impact of the companies. And on top of that, they expect from companies, and especially big companies like Danone, to play a role to tackle the big issues of today, so climate change, poverty, etc. So when we have refined our company goals, we have decided to develop our company goals to serve the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. And you see here our 9 company goals. In blue, it's company goals linked to the way we are doing business. And you see that one of the company goals is be certified as a B Corp. Then we have 3 company goals linked to the brands, so how they should be. So our brand and our product should impact people's health locally, and at the same time preserve and renew the planet resource. And we have 3 company goals linked to the people, and not only the people internally, so our staff, but all the people we are working with or for. And actually, for all those people, we want to bring added value and to have an inclusive growth. So you see that be certified as a B Corp is part of a company goal. So where we are now, because we commit to be certified globally. So far, we are more than 50% if you take the net sales at Danone, which are B Corp certified. And you see that in Belgium, all our businesses are already B Corp certified. And now we commit to be certified globally by 2025. So there is really an acceleration to have all our entities, which means all the headquarters, the offices, but also the factories, and even our social businesses. So really all entities will be B Corp certified. So what are the benefits of B Corp for companies? And here I will show you what I have discovered and noticed in my experience, but I think this is valid for all companies. First of all, I think this is a really good tool to measure and manage your impact, because when you are assessing your company, most of the time you are not tackling everything because you don't know perhaps. So here, the fact that you have a questionnaire which is very exhaustive, for instance, in my case, I had 300 questions in the different pillars. So it means that you can see where you are good, where you have good practices, but you can also see that this topic, this is something I didn't know, and yes, I have an impact on this. I could have a positive impact on this, so this is something I have to work on. So just for that, this is a great tool just to measure where you are, to identify where you have to improve. Another important benefit, and I think that at Danone, it was the main driver to start the B Corp certification, at least here in Belgium, is the fact that we noticed that starting the B Corp journey has a real positive impact on the staff, because the staff is proud to work for a company with purpose. And we have seen the engagement of the people internally. And we have also seen that it attracts new talents. So there are lots of people who want to work for B Corp companies because they know that they will do business differently, they will pay attention to their stakeholders. So this is really also a plus for those companies. Another benefit is the fact that when you are B Corp certified, it gives you credibility when you are talking about your sustainability journey. When I am explaining our One Planet, One Health roadmap, which is our sustainability roadmap, it helps to say that, we are B Corp certified because we are doing this and this. So it really gives credibility, and it is also a common language for the external world, because we are talking about One Planet, One Health. This is typically Danone jargon. But when we are talking about B Corp to the external world, this is something that more and more stakeholders understand. Then we could also go further than our stakeholders to go towards the consumer. This is something we have not done yet, I would say, at Danone, actually in Belgium. In other countries, yes. It's to really go to tell this story to the consumers. And actually, we decided not to put the B Corp logo on each pack of our products, but better to explain the stories behind the brands, the proof points we have for the brands, what our brands are doing for health, for the planet, and tell at the end, and this is the reason why we are a B Corp company. And the last benefit I see of becoming a B Corp is the fact that when you are a B Corp certified company, you join a community of companies that want to do business differently, that want to use their business as a force for good. And this is really something very challenging on one side and also very inspiring, because we can develop some common projects. And 2 years ago, for instance, an island was created to tackle climate change, and all the B Corp company were there together to tackle this issue. So this is a way to share best practice, to progress all together, and this is really motivating, I would say. Then, of course, when you are B Corp certified, as I mentioned, it is not the end of something, although the process takes some time, but it's really the start of a journey that you want to do to progress step by step on your sustainability journey. And here, this is the plan we have to leverage B Corp for growth. So the first pillar is really to embark the staff internally and to engage them to become a B Corp ambassador, to become, for us, the One Planet, One Health ambassador, so really ambassador of your sustainability journey. And we have put in place a program for that, really to engage them, to make sure they understand all our topics, to make sure they are inspired by what we do, in the idea that they will become themselves change makers. And it makes me really happy when I see that my colleagues are really wanted to change something, to propose idea, to be better for the society. And it is really then embedded in all the activities you do in your company, and also in your business plan. So it's going very far when it is embedded in your activities. The second pillar is to activate B Corp externally. And I have to admit that in Belgium, it is more difficult in the sense that B Corp is not so well known for the moment. But we try to develop the awareness, and we are working with the local BLAP in Belgium, which is the Shift, the platform of sustainable development in Belgium, really to increase this awareness around B Corp. And we do this with the other B Corp certified companies in Belgium. And as already mentioned, we would like to go towards the consumers, but through our brand stories, better than just putting a logo on pack. And of course, the last pillar is to make sure that we are recertified, because as I mentioned, every 3 years you need to get recertified. So we are already working on an improvement plan to make sure that we are progressing on a journey to be better for the world, more than to be the best in the world. So the B Corp, you have understood, are organizations that balance purpose and profits. Yes, there are profit companies, but they are also mission driven. They want to have a positive impact on the society. And globally, there are nearly 4,000 B Corps in the world. And my question in the quiz, how many B Corp are already in Belgium? Actually, there are 21 B Corp certified companies today. And last year it was 13. So there is a big jump of a number of companies that are B Corp certified. So meaning that B Corp is something that is emerging and is more and more known. So to summarize all what I have told you this evening is that B Corp is more than a certification. Actually, it's really a philosophy of doing business. It's the fact that you want to do business differently. It's the fact that you want to have a positive impact. It's the fact that you are mission driven, that you really want to do use your activities actually to have a positive impact on the society. And so above certification, it's a movement. I explain it to you. It's really a movement. You join a community of companies that also want to do business differently. It is unique, I would say, because for the moment, I don't have a clue if there is another certification which is so holistic, so robust, so complete, because it embeds everything that exists. So to get the practice validated, BLAP will take into account all the certification that exists. They will take into account the fact that you are an ISO, that you have a green certificate for your building, the fact that you have certified products, the fact that you are carbon neutral validated by a third party like Carbon Trust. So they will take into account all that exists to validate your best practice. So it means that this is also something that evolves. So the questionnaire is not the same as when it started. It evolves to take into account all what happens around sustainability. And a good example is the fact that BLAP has integrated the SDGs in the questionnaire. In the future, they will integrate more questions about diversity because of this movement of Black Lives Matters. About diversity, there will be more questions on that. So the questionnaire is evolving according to what happens in terms of new certification, new label, new norms, etc., but also according to the users of the tool. So all the companies that are using the B impact assessment can also raise some new topics or something that should be added to the questionnaire. And so to finalize, this is really a vision. This is the vision of company that want to be not the best in the world, but the best for the world. Actually, the big difference is that this certification is holistic. So we'll take into account all what you mentioned. So the SDGs, and even in the questionnaire, no, they have added to which SDGs this question refers to. And all the certification or all the norms that exist, etc., are embedded in the questionnaire, meaning that if you have a specific certificate, it will validate a practice that you have put in place in your company. So this is, for me, the certification that embeds all the others, because it's so holistic and so complete. And if it's not in it, we will raise the hands to say, hey, there is a new norm here, or yeah, you have mentioned this, which exists in the US, but you know, in Europe, we have this this norm or this certification, and they will assess if it is science-based. Okay, they will take this into account. So, and specifically on the SDGs, we have pushed at Danone to integrate the SDGs in the questionnaire. You're right that this is really American because it is born in the US, but the fact that the questionnaire is evolving according to the user, it has evolved, because I've seen it only within a few years that the questionnaire has changed. And for me, the first time I had seen the questionnaire, it was really American in the sense that, for instance, there is a big weight for the charities, because in the US this is something very popular, I guess. So they are giving a lot of points for such kind of practices, which is maybe not the right things to do in our country, because we have other things. But this has been balanced because it evolves. So this is not something which is definitive. It evolves with the comments and what all the users are raising to BILAB. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we are now at the version 6, and there will be a version 7 next year. So you see that it is evolving. Yeah. Actually, to be honest, the questionnaire was more adapted to small companies. And actually, Danone was the first big company to start the journey. And if you have seen all the companies which are B Corp certified in Belgium, it's a lot of very small organizations, sometimes company with only 1 or 2 people, lots of consultancy offices, communication agency, etc. Actually, Danone, Alpro, and there is no a beer company. Otherwise, it is really very small organization. So I think for small companies, you can start the journey, and actually you have access to the B impact assessment online, so the tool, and you can just try and see if it fits your needs without going till the certification. So because this is just a tool to assess the different areas which are relevant in terms of sustainability. So I think it is appropriate for small company, and I would say even it is more appropriate to small organization than big organization like Danone. We have pushed to make some adaptations because it was not planned for big companies like us, where we have lots of people, lots of suppliers, different locations, subsidiaries, etc. It was not at all adapted compared to very small organization. Let's take the example of the fact that they will ask questions about your suppliers. But in a company like Danone in Belgium, we have, I don't know how many, I know, but a lot of suppliers. So it's more difficult to tackle this than in a small companies. Yeah. Sure, this is exactly what I said, that the people internally, they were the first stakeholders we tackled. And in Belgium, we decided to start the journey because we knew that it was a demand of the staff. And from the start, what we did when we decided to go for the certification, because as I mentioned, at Danone globally, we said we want to be B Corp certified. But it was each country which can decide, okay, I go for it this year. It won't be the case anymore because we want to be all certified by 2025. But 2 years ago, it was a voluntary initiative to start the journey. And in Belgium, we decided to embark the staff immediately from the start and to explain what is this B Corp journey, and to show that actually the B Corp has an impact in their daily life. So we started small interviews with our staff to ask, what is your daily job? And we made the link with one of the pillars assessed in the B Corp questionnaire, really to show that, you see, your daily job matters because it has an impact on the journey we have started. And as you mentioned, it has also raised a lot of change inside the companies, because lots of people internally said, yeah, but if we are a B Corp, why we still have bottles of water everywhere in the company? Can we get rid of the bottles? Although this is our own business, and we have replaced this by Fontaine, for instance. And I have plenty of examples like this when it has gone to really a big change or small change inside the society. There are some survey. I didn't take the slide here in my presentation, but there are several surveys done by the Big Five about the fact that companies that are B Corp attract 45% more talents because they are B Corp certified. So yeah, there are already proof about this. We have also seen this in the recruitment at Danone, that there are a lot of people telling that we want to work for Danone because you are B Corp certified. So they mentioned this in the when they asked to work for Danone. So, and internally, what we have done as well, we have made a survey to check if there was an impact of being a B Corp before we were a B Corp and now that we are B Corp. Yeah. Sure. I was sure someone will raise the question. And actually, this is a good question. Do you think we can be sustainable doing both profit and purpose, mission-driven activities, etc.? I think in the long term, yes. Although you would say, yeah, but you have a recent example at Danone where there was something wrong with that. But in the long term, I'm sure that companies that are good for the society, that are using their business for the best of the society, will succeed better than the others. And if you want to talk about the case of Danone, we have already confirmation that our One Planet, One Health vision will continue. There was the General Assembly last week, and we confirmed this entreprise à mission and all our sustainability journey. So, yeah, we can be confident. Yes, because the labels you mentioned are labels for a very specific topic or issue, and which is great. And the B Corp certification is something more holistic that will embed all those that you mentioned. This is something which will take into account all those different and very specific labels. The one for fair trade product, the one for organic product, the one for forest, for whatever, or even social labels that exist. But this one will embed also. It's really the most holistic one that exists for the moment. Yeah. And maybe there is a new one that will come, but for the moment, I think this is the most robust, the most complete, the most holistic, and the most credible. But actually, you have to be a company balanced, so profit and purpose driven, both are important. So yes, they are assessing, but there is no specific question. Although yes, in the governance part, they are asking about your turnover and the growth that you have made. Yes. Yes, actually, the questionnaire is tailor-made according to your sector, according to the size of your company, and according to the region where you are located. So the questionnaire is really tailor-made according to those criteria. So for hotels, yes,